What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of the JuiceBox presented by Lock City. It's Whitey here today. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's having a good week so far. Today we have episode 214 of the JuiceBox. It's going to be everything that you need to know for FISSURE Playground. Upcoming CS2 tournament kicks off this Friday in, I don't know, Belgrade or something like that. Yeah, Belgrade, Serbia. So without further ado, let's hop into a little bit of an overview here. FISSURE Playground 2, so they had the first one earlier this year, February or something if I remember correctly. Same sort of style, same sort of overview, but we'll quickly review for those of you that may not be familiar. So 16 teams there on your screen here. The MongolZ, Team Falcons, Aurora Gaming, FaZe Clan, FURIA, G2 Esports, GamerLegion, Heroic, 3D Max, Virtus.pro, Astralis, Paint Gaming, Team Liquid, Lynn Vision, TYLOO, and Legacy. These 16 teams will first be facing off in a Swiss stage format. For those of you that may not be familiar with Swiss stage formats, it's essentially as soon as you win 3 games, you move forward. So if you go 3-0, 3-1, or 3-2, you will advance to the next round here. So the teams are listed in some sort of a hierarchy here, and we have their opposing matchups listed here as well. We have our round 1 matches, and as we work through all of these matches, we will eventually get to a playoff. So 8 of these 16 teams will make it into the playoffs. Again, any team that accumulates 3 wins. If you go 0-3, 1-3, or 2-3, you're out and you're not making the playoffs here. So without further ado, let's get into the matches for Friday. So it's split up. Obviously, 16 teams is 8 matches. We have the first 4 on Friday, the next 4 on Saturday. Today's video will cover our best bets for the 4 on Friday. So the 4 matchups on Friday are going to be GamerLegion and TYLOO, the MongolZ and 3D Max, Falcons and Virtuspro, and Aurora and Astralis. I have best bets on the CS2 cheat sheet in our Discord, which is at the bottom of the screen here, completely free, discord.gg/lockcity. I have a best bets cheat sheet in there with 4 best bets. The 4th one we are not going to cover in the video here because ultimately it's not one of the strongest. I needed a 4th one for the cheat sheet there, and that was Falcons map 1 minus 3.5 round spread. So if you are looking for an extra play, Falcons to win map 1 by at least 4 rounds. Virtus.pro is coming in, so obviously they made some roster changes here. They got rid of Electronic, and they have Toro coming in from VP Prodigy. So a little bit of a shakeup. Falcons had some disappointing ends. They actually did okay at EWC, obviously, but some disappointing ends to some of their results in prior tournaments. They are on a little bit of a redemption arc, hopefully for their sake. So I'm going to go map 1 minus 3.5 round spread for that one. But the other 3 plays that we have scoped out are going to be on your screen here now. We have them picked out on Thunderpick. So the first one that we are going to talk about, we'll just do them chronologically here, is going to be TYLOO on the money line. That's going to be 4 a.m. Eastern time. So TYLOO and GamerLegion, if we head over here, my internet was slow there for a half second. TYLOO and GamerLegion, I would vote TYLOO. I have to log in to vote. Okay, never mind. I would lean TYLOO here. GamerLegion's in okay form. If we look at what these teams have done recently, TYLOO, a week ago they lost to 3D Max. They beat Lynn Vision. 3D Max seemed to be their kryptonite there. A couple of weeks ago they were able to beat Bait. Obviously they lost to Vitality. They beat Astralis. Again, another loss to 3D Max. They beat Complexity. They've been beating good teams, top 15, top 20-ish teams. On the GamerLegion side of things, the Fnatic loss was disappointing. The MongolZ loss, the Vitality loss, obviously understandable. The 3D Max loss, disappointing, but also matches them up well with TYLOO if we wanted to compare apples to apples. They lost to Falcons, which kind of expected. The loss to BetBoom, not great, but obviously going back 8 weeks ago, not completely relevant. The last time that these teams played was all the way back in March of this year at ESL Pro League. GamerLegion won both of those matchups, but again, that is far too far back for us to consider it relevant for this. If we're looking at map pools, obviously GamerLegion, well, I was going to say that, I don't know, this might be tricky actually. I could see them banning both Overpass and Mirage, if I'm being honest. I would say in this sort of an instance, they're probably going to ban Mirage. They have a really horrible Overpass. If they don't ban Overpass, I would expect TYLOO to pick Overpass. But TYLOO's got a really good win rate on Mirage, mind you, not against the greatest competition necessarily, but I think TYLOO would win Mirage. TYLOO's obviously banning Dust 2, so we're not going to see Dust 2. The only other map that GamerLegion has a very glaring advantage on would be Nuke. TYLOO does not have an excellent nuke. That 29% win percentage is definitely reflective. They do not have a good nuke. But aside from that, I think TYLOO could win any other map in this map pool. I would not put it beside them to... Well, I don't know if they'll win 2-0. I'm going to say 2-1. 2-0 would be a little bit optimistic. I would say 2-1 is probably a little bit more realistic. But TYLOO on the money line, nonetheless, they're going to win the matchup. Whether it takes them 2 maps or 3 maps to get it done, whether they drop one or whether they don't, TYLOO's going to get the job done here. We're going to go TYLOO on the money line, 2.10 times our money. That's going to be our first play. 2 units is going to pay us 4.2 units. Next one up is going to be MongolZ and 3D Max. Yeah, it's 7:30. They were out of order here, but they're not in order of time on the screen, so that threw me off there for a second. MongolZ and 3D Max. Let's just go back here. It's going to be quicker. We're going to target map 2. Reason why we're going to target map 2 here is because the last couple of times that these teams have played, so 3D Max, obviously, Inferno is going to be their map pick because MongolZ sucks at, well, they're not great at Inferno, and 3D Max that's their strongest map arguably, and it's the one that they play the most aside from Nuke. But every single time that they've played recently, the pick for 3D Max, aside from this time here in July, but the pick for 3D Max has been Inferno, and Inferno has ended up as the second map. So MongolZ has taken their pick as the first map pick, and they've given 3D Max the second map pick there. And in each of these instances here, it's been Inferno both times. Both times it's been very close. We saw 13-9, we saw 13-10. I think, again, it's going to be close. I think MongolZ probably would win it this time around, but I do think, again, it's going to be close. It's going to be like a 13-11, 13-10. Maybe it'll be an overtime score, but Inferno is going to be really close. If, for whatever reason, Inferno is not map 2, if Inferno ends up being map 1, obviously you can look to cash it out. I'll take my $200 back and replay this on map 1 or whatever map Inferno is if it ends up the decider, which would be weird, but if for whatever reason it was. But as of right now, I'm assuming Inferno is going to be map 2, so we're going to go map 2 over 21.5 total rounds. We just need either team, well, both teams, sorry, to get at least 9, so 13-9 or closer on either side. I think that's super safe, and we're getting plus money on it. They're giving us 2.10 times our money. 2 units is going to pay us 4.2 units again. The last one that we're going to talk about, so again, we're going to skip over Falcons and Virtus.pro. Last one that we're going to talk about is going to be Aurora and Astralis. So for Aurora and Astralis, I'm going to go with Astralis map 1 on the money line. Every time that these teams have played, Astralis obviously takes their pick first. I think Astralis could win a variety of maps here. I think Aurora would win Train, but I expect Astralis to probably ban Train here. And then Astralis would win Nuke, Astralis would win Inferno, Astralis would win Mirage. I think Astralis would win Overpass probably. They obviously have Magisk now in the mix, so something to be kind of aware of, obviously, on the Astralis side of things. But he's been there before. They know him. He knows them. So it shouldn't be that much of an adjustment coming into this. Obviously, he's not the best head clicker in the world, but he's Magisk, so it is what it is. But I do think they win this. I think they win their map pick regardless. Map 1 winner is going to be Astralis. 2.00 times your money, so exactly a double up. We're throwing 2 units on that. It's going to pay us exactly 4 units. So those are going to be my 3 starter plays for Friday. Again, of course, we will be dropping plays throughout the day in the Discord. Once the maps are selected, we like to do some live betting in there. We have a CS2 chat that's been bumping all day long. So if you are a Discord user, again, bottom of the page here, it's completely free. Discord.gg/LockCity. We do all this work for free there. So if you like what you're listening to, make sure to throw us a like, leave us a comment, or subscribe, depending on whether you are listening on YouTube or Spotify. That is it from me. Thank you all for listening. Take care. Peace.